Welcome. Today at Solano, we're going to be having a panel discussion on the NFL and how some incidents have happened at the beginning of the season and how we expect the season to end. Today, with me, we have Gavin, Gage, I'm Jairus, Ramiro, and Miles. To start this off, we really wanted to touch on one of the incidents that's caused a lot of discussions around my household, and I'm sure your households also. Were you guys familiar with the Myles Garrett incident? What do you guys think should have happened, and what are your, I would say, opinions on that situation? Starting with you, Gavin, what do you think?
I felt like it was unfortunate for a player like Myles Garrett to lose, I guess, control in a sense, and he did something that, you know, it seemed a bit unforgivable. I mean, you can't hit someone with a helmet.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, you know, he actually, you know, tried to hit him with a helmet and almost caused a lot of damage. I don't know.
Do you think the consequences they merited what he did? Like, do you think they went a little too hard on him versus like whereas the Pittsburgh quarterback, he didn't really get too much to happen to him?
I felt like that was unfair. Did they come up with a verdict of what they're doing with Myles officially?
I think he's still suspended.
It's just indefinite suspension. You don't know when he's coming back.
The rest of the season for sure.
He tried to appeal it, but NFL said nope.
He didn't get it.
I think the problem was like we all see certain fights happen on the sidelines and during the game, but I think when it transitioned from it just being like a physical altercation to where him taking his helmet off and trying to like actually hit him, that's where I think they had to come down so hard on him. And I think although in a lot of ways it was a situation where it was two sides, I think his side was just so bad that they had to just...
I think social media blew it up
for sure.
more than what it really was. Don't get me wrong, you can't do that, but I think it shouldn't have called for him to be suspended for the rest of the season.
No, I mean, I agree that he should have been suspended, right? Hands down, everyone should have been suspended because that's just kind of like the league rule. That's kind of what we expect from the NFL. You fight, you're going to get suspended. But it's just like everybody else got suspended. Everybody, Pouncey got suspended. I can't pronounce the other dude's name from the Browns. He got suspended. Gary got suspended. Why did Mason Rudolph, the quarterback, why did he only get fined? When you can, it's clear. It's clear. You can see it. He started the whole thing. So if you're going to hand down suspensions, maybe he didn't deserve a indefinite suspension, but he definitely deserved a suspension.
Yeah.
That's why his job got snatched.
What do you think?
I mean, what I seen was, you know, Rudolph, you know, Myles Garrett, he tackled him a little late. You feel me? Rudolph was already losing the game, so he didn't like all the extra. So he tried to take Myles Garrett's helmet off. So I feel like Myles Garrett, as who he is, like, you trying to take my helmet off. I'm gonna take your helmet off and I'm gonna hit you with it. You know what I'm saying? But he obviously went too far. I think Rudolph was doing a little too much. Also, if Myles Garrett would have never did the helmet thing, it would have all been Rudolph's fault.
Yeah, and to close it out, I think really it's just you got to look at it as the NFL is still a business, and I think once the media got a hold of it, they had to come down on him because, like, I have family members that don't even watch the NFL, and they were talking, oh, did you see that incident? And that's when you know it's bad, and that's when it's like they have to try to save face. But that's going to be our first segment to transition. Where do you guys think, or who do you think is going to win the MVP this season?
I gotta go with Russell.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
Man,
Lamar Jackson.
That's off right there.
Action Jackson.
I think it's no doubt Lamar Jackson.
I think it should be McCaffrey, but it's gonna be a quarterback. It's gonna be Jackson. It's just how the league goes. It's a quarterback.
25 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and with 977 yards, he's finna have 1,000. What quarterback gets 1,000 rushing yards?
That boy plays two positions.
Two positions. He has the most rushing yards on his team.
And he's about to pass Vic.
And passing yards, obviously.
And he's about to pass Vic, the Russian. So
his team is almost leading the AFC right now. I think they're the division leaders right now, right? They're leading that division for sure. I think they're almost conference leaders. So they're coming out strong. Man. I don't think nothing tells me that Lamar shouldn't be.
I guess
MVP.
How I feel about it is I guess I'm basing Russell off of his performances every year. He seems to be very consistent. So I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think that this is a special season for Lamar? Or is it just like a one-time thing? Or is he going to slow down? Or is he going to keep going?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think, so from watching him play his rookie year, I just saw him grow. Like I saw him grow so much because at the beginning of the season, I don't think anyone expected him to play the way he did because they were calling him like there was even memes talking about the Ravens got a running back playing quarterback. So
He pretty dang good for a running back, man.
For-
throwing that ball.
So after this, we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
So now that we're back, we're going to talk about why I believe personally that Lamar is for sure going to have more seasons like this. I think a lot of times they've been comparing him to like players like Kaepernick, where it's like you see him running so much that you see that as being like, okay, once teams get tape on him, they're going to kind of adjust. But I think what Lamar's going to be able to fall back on is his arm. Like, I think truly he doesn't want to run as much as he does, but certain circumstances he has to do. So I think if he falls back to where he doesn't run at all, he'll still be a solid quarterback. And that's why I think there's going to be more seasons where we're just going to see him excel. I think he's a really great player.
I don't think so. I think we're going to see more of him, but I don't know for how long we're going to be able to see this because we saw that with Cam Newton. I think when you're a quarterback and you run so much and you're taking that many hits, I just don't think it's going to last. But if he can transition into like just a pocket quarterback or just a mobile quarterback, I think he'll last. But yeah, I think this season the NFL is very quarterback friendly, so I think he's going to take the MVP. But I got to throw Christian McCaffrey's name in there, boy. That boy's been balling.
Yeah, he's doing his thing for sure. He's the best player the Panthers have by far right now, and he's keeping them alive.
Exactly. That's the thing. Is like, and you got to think like MVP too. The importance to a team, like Lamar Jackson is very important to his team, but Christian McCaffrey is very, very important to his team.
We take Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, like let's not downplay like that.
I'm not trying to downplay him, but I'm just saying you take Christian McCaffrey out, and there's like zero, like no wins.
As a running back, too.
As a running back. That's the more impressive part.
Lamar's a running back, too.
I'm just saying, man, you beat Tom Brady. I think that you got to, like, actually see this as, like, this is a big deal. Like, I think it's not just something where, it's a lucky year for him. And with the whole, just the amount of ankles that he's been breaking. And it's like, bad.
The fact that he beat the Niners, the Niners number 2 defense in the league.
Yeah.
Patriots number 1 defense in the league. So
like when he's played these hard teams, he's come up and been the player that we think he is.
And what's funny about that is we have all these like big name quarterbacks that are in the probably in the market in the next year or so to get paid. You got Dak, you got a couple other dudes, and these dudes when they play winning teams, they don't win. And Lamar Jackson, I think he's playing still on his rookie deal for change.
I think
his defense playing good too.
Yeah,
and
he get paid.
He deserves the check. Whereas like Dak, I think he's kind of exposed this season. Has exposed how
40. You think Dak?
He's not.
Dak
We're talking about Dak Prescott. Come on now.
Dak doesn't.
Got Mike Cooper.
Dak doesn't deserve $40 million.
No,
he doesn't deserve 48.
I don't get it though.
I'm sorry
This
to all
season
my Cowboys
showed it
fans
right
out there,
here.
but Dak Prescott is not worth that $100 million deal.
Not at all.
He's definitely not.
Jared Goff for the Rams fans is such
I think
a waste
he's
of
a
money. It's
really
ridiculous.
For the Rams fans, y'all need to draft him.
I think
Even though he's stuck with y'all for a while.
now that we've talked a little bit about Lamar Jackson winning the MVP, we're going to transition after this.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show, or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.
He needs to apologize to the Rams
Right.
organization.
So now for our final segment, I want to get your Super Bowl predictions. So who do you guys think is going to be in the Super Bowl? And then ultimately, who do you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl? Personally, I think the Rams have a real good shot to actually make it. Although they haven't had a real strong season, I think they're still a solid team, you know what I mean? And I think if they do get this wild card, I think it's only up from there.
First of all, let me interrupt and say that is not happening. I don't think the Rams are going to make it. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think the Ravens can do it, but I don't want to sleep on the Patriots. I just don't want to do it.
Oh, I mean, let's just throw out the teams. Like, so it's Ravens, Niners, Patriots. I don't even want to say Packers. Like,
Saints are still in
No.
there.
Seahawks, yeah, but
Seahawks
Seahawks, they're just like, why are they doing good? I don't know.
Can't sleep
You
on
can't
Russell
sleep,
Wilson.
you cannot sleep on the Seahawks.
There's just teams you can't sleep on, and that's the Patriots, and that's the Seahawks. Like, you can't sleep on them.
Yeah.
I'm not taking them, but I'm just saying I don't want to sleep on them. So me personally, I hope to see
The Rams.
probably like the Ravens and the Niners again.
Yeah.
But
Man,
I don't know.
Ravens-
I hope I don't see the Niners. 'cause
Ravens
I'm
and
not
Niners
a-
like the same team. They both run the ball, play defense.
I think
That'd be a good bowl.
Crazy.
I think a lot of people aren't thinking about it, but I think the Saints have a chip on their shoulder with them losing to the Rams the way they did and that whole controversy. So I think they're going to have a real shot at it. Obviously, you have to look at the Ravens. I do think the 49ers are good, but I don't think once it gets to playoffs they're going to actually perform. I think it's going to be one of those seasons where they look really good and then it gets time to like actually perform and it's just going to fall apart.
Because of
But-
the youngness.
yeah, and I just don't really think, like, I see them losing to, like, Lamar, and I just don't really think that they have what it takes to beat teams like the Patriots and, like...
Well, they're young. I think the Niners are still are young, and they still got to grow as a team. I think the Niners are great, right? I think I would pick the Niners. So there's only one thing missing that would keep me from picking the Niners, and it's a quarterback. I think if you take Jimmy Garoppolo out of the equation and you swap him with another quarterback, I really think that's it.
Throw a quarterback's name out there. Give us the bare minimum that's better than Jimmy G.
That's not on a winning team.
Yeah,
though,
don't say like Tom or
yeah.
someone. Give me someone that's like
He's
Tom Brady
You gotta run the facts, man.
So you know who I watched play the other day that I was like, damn, is Andy Dalton.
Whoa.
The Red Rocket? But you're hold on. You're telling me
Andy
to pick a
Dalton's
quarterback
decent, bro.
that's not a winning quarterback.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was wanting.
Or you know who I like too is Minshew.
But, like,
Okay,
why would
wait,
you
wait,
pick
wait.
them over...
I'm confused how you said
Over
Andy Dalton,
Garoppolo,
but
though?
their team is and
Yeah.
But no. But you got to take out. You
Terrible.
got to take all these weapons out. That's what you told me to pick a non-winning quarterback. So if I got to pick a non-winning quarterback, that's what I'm picking. But you told me to pick a winning quarterback. How about we put Russell Wilson in there?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
You
saying.
could have said Matt Ryan or something like. Hold on.
I don't know. It's kind of been proven that he can't.
Garoppolo's a winner, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Yeah,
say.
you
Like,
know
let's not
winning,
discount all the games that they have won.
It's funny
Yeah,
we did this whole show. We didn't even talk about Drew Brees. Like, hold on.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
he's
saying.
a winning
Drew Brees-
quarterback. You guys told me to do a winning
I just
quarterback.
like
not
what
winning
you said,
quarterback.
No, that
Like,
chip
we not
is
talking
big,
about
man.
Drew Brees
Come
is lucky
playoffs,
to
the
go.
Saints might look different.
Bro,
They might be
yeah.
different.
But Drew Brees is all-time passing leader, and he's still
Yeah.
in the
Well,
league right now.
Currently, like, dude,
But
he's
you
still
gotta,
doing
but
it.
they're still struggling, bro. Like they're
Struggling.
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 Alvin Kamara's not running the same when Ingram was in.
Yeah, but I mean, he's leading like in Drew Brees leading like one touchdown.
They got
most
Murray now. They got
touchdowns.
Latavius Murray. He's cool.
I think
mean,
that's a
yeah,
sleeper
okay,
team for
yeah,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't sleep on the Saints. I haven't been hearing much about them, but they're for sure. You can't
So
sleep
as we
on
close out, do you guys have any last remarks to say about the hopeful Super
What's
Bowl?
everybody's actual picks, like official?
them. Yeah, we never got.
Let's
to
go
that.
around and then
I'll. You know what? Just to
Both sides.
I think I'll take. I don't know. I'll take the Ravens. Yeah, I'll take the Ravens.
What about you two?
Oh, winning versus
Yeah.
who?
Yeah. No, just in general. Like, who you got winning?
Oh, winning? Niners, 49ers.
Niners.
I think it's going to be Patriots and the 49ers. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Patriots.
If it's the Patriots and
Patriots
49ers, it's the Patriots, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I
Are
don't
you
know.
sure?
Not with that D-line.
Patriots
Oh,
and
well,
Saints.
they do have the quarterback
Yeah, the
edge.
Patriots taking it
yeah.
back.
You see that
Tom Brady
Patriots
riding out
defense?
on that chariot,
Yeah.
man. He riding.
I feel like those are some real good picks. Honestly, I think the Rams, once they get this wild card, and it's just going to be up from there. But thank you for joining us as we had a panel discussion on the NFL and what some of the expectations and hopefully what some of the actual outcomes could be. Thank you.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
on-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.